in this little shed thing, and I didn't have data. So we're doing it here. There's like some train tracks, basically. We're just hanging out. um, I don't know. You gotta have something to live for, man. Like, we're created in God's image, and He's got bigger plans for us. But at the same time, like, you gotta plan stuff for yourself, man. You gotta be kind to yourself, because today has been kind of one of those days where I kind of took the beating and kind of didn't assert my boundaries and didn't really let my deepest self be heard, and missed out on opportunities, and it stinks, man. Because you get to the end of the road, you get to the end of the day, and you realize, okay, well, the day's gone. You can't do anything about it. Most people in this life, you'll run into them once, and that's it. So it helps to remember that, and it helps to just try to be kind to people. I went on a train today and met this guy who told me about how he'd stood up for his wife, but before she was his wife, he stood up for her and was there for her and stood up to her father, his now father-in-law. And so you gotta be willing to do that, man. You gotta be willing to do that when things don't seem to be going your way and everything else, and you gotta rejoice in what has been accomplished. I gotta work a little bit today. The wind is definitely going this way, so I don't know. You got some bubbles? We'll be all right. Blowing bubbles away from troubles, letting all the troubles blow away, and choosing not to get stressed out or worried about it. My brother's heading back home to North Carolina tomorrow, so I'm gonna miss him. Won't see him again until Christmas, and I will be, yeah, just back to the old grind. But yeah, this is day 3 of doing these every day, and I really don't expect anything from this. We're just mostly for the lulls and just to do it. So I think there'll be a lot of criticism whether you do anything or not. There's an Alex Hormozy thing that said that pretty recently, and it's like you'll get criticized whether you do it or not. So which one do you want? That is it. And a lot of it is about being willing to try again and be assertive, and how bad do you want it, really? That's the question. I think there's some things in my life I really want, would like to have, but there's other things that I keep letting get in the way. And if you keep letting those things get in the way, eventually you are going to lose on certain opportunities and certain things, because a lot of blessings in this life are very season specific. I'll explain what I mean by that. It means that, like, if you're single, then there's things that you can only really do while you're single, right? Once you're married, it's a different life. I've never been married before or anything, but it's a different life. So you got to enjoy the season that you're in. If you are unemployed, right, then you have a lot of free time that you will not have once you have a job and all your time is being traded for money or whatever you're doing with it. So you just got to enjoy the season. It was almost a year ago that I moved out to Utah. And there's a part of me that's really like, what have we really accomplished, bro? You know? But you really just got to keep going. It's like, if it was worth fighting for before, it's probably still worth fighting for now, even if you haven't gotten it yet. And there's some times where we don't seem like we're making any progress, and people are like, why are you still trying to do that dream or still trying to make that thing happen? And it's like, well, if you still want it and you're still willing to work for it, try to do things working towards it, then that's important. See, me blowing bubbles every day it's not going to change anything. Probably get a couple of subscribers here and there. A lot of people think I'm nuts and whatever. That's fine. I'm not a stranger to that. But what it will do is it'll help me to show up for myself better. It'll help me to be more creative with finding spots. Like, here we have this spot. I'm trying to find a new spot each day. And so this isn't really too much of a spot, but hey, it's a spot and it's a new spot. We're just chilling here, right here, and blowing some bubbles. Still got to get some bigger bubbles. Still got the same stash from before. But the stash that I got is probably going to last a decent amount of time. And another thought from today is just, if you can, if you're upset or frustrated, just you don't even have to talk, man. Because then if you do talk, you might let your passion might speak for you, and it might get in the way. You might be saying some dumb stuff, dude. You might say some stuff you don't mean. It's better to, my mom said it pretty well. She's like, if you don't have anything nice to say, you just don't say anything at all. And if they're upset at you for walking away, it's like, hey man, like you don't want to face me right now. Maybe they said something that you were triggered by, or you chose to feel the whatever. It's like, it is what it is, man. What's up, Trey? I hope you are well, man. I really hope you're well, and I hope you're blowing some bubbles away, some troubles away. So, gonna get in the hot tub with my brother and cousin for a little bit, but for now we're just blowing bubbles. That will have some hot tub bubbles. But yeah, man. I think of something I said in a podcast episode a while ago. It's like, if you're going through a trial or a crisis of whatever it is, it's like we need to make sure we're doing something that we can hold on to what makes us us, right? Because if there's somebody that's codependent and like holding you back, they want as much of you as they can get, and they want the parts of you that they want, and so that may not be the part that you want to bring to the table. Bob Ross's son, that's hilarious. I'm not Bob Ross's son. Bubbles. Yep, we're having bubbles. Bubbles. I'm glad to be spreading some love and kindness. Yep. So it's gonna fly by either way, man. It's gonna fly by either way. I've had times in my life where I was pretty good about like being consistent, showing up each day, working towards a goal, and like that's super fulfilling. That's super amazing. Those times where you're kind of doing stuff, you're not quite sure, and you get distracted, and you listen to this person calling you and telling you whatever. So you just feel in this funk, man. And it's not fun. And I sort of have felt that to a certain degree today, feel that lack of alignment. But, you show up enough times, and the light has to break through. Eventually. It has to break through. You keep fighting and showing that fight for what you want. There's going to be something that you get from that. I didn't really know Charlie Kirk very well at all, actually. I just found out about him when he passed away. But he does have a lot of amazing stuff, and it is inspiring to see how much he's impacting people. I wouldn't say particularly miss him because I didn't really know him super well, but I mean, he was a dynamo, serious dynamo. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess I miss him, but I didn't really know him very well. What's up, Winter? What's up? Can you imagine when we do this in the freezing cold weather? See, that's where it's going to get fun. That's where people are going to think I'm absolutely crazy nuts, and it'll be great. Yeah. You just have to stack up the behaviors that you want, and do not dumb down the stack, bro. You keep the stack on point. If the stack is if you have a stack of like writing and do all these things, that you got to have that stack going. Well, I appreciate the love, Winter. What did you say about the light breaking through? I was just praying about my current destination for what I want, and 2 random fireworks happened outside my window just now. Well, that's cool, Leah. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah. I've had enough experiences, and I've had enough people pass away in my life to know, like, you can't take one day of this for granted, and you just cannot let people walk all over you. Like, I'm single right now, and there's a reason for that. A lot of it is still figuring stuff out. And I also have a decent idea of what I want at this point, and I don't want to settle for anything less. So we're just going to keep blowing bubbles, man. That's it. I don't think I'll do this alone forever. But tonight we are. And you got to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to show up for yourself, get up, do whatever is necessary completely by yourself. You have to be willing to do that. And I've had so many days where God got me up at like 3 or 4 a.m. and you just get so much done, and it's not like that's the norm, but it's nice to have that happen. You just know He's aware of you. But recently I've had some of those days, like the invitation from God to do something big, and I just kind of go back to sleep, and that's sad. But as long as you continue to get back up and do what you can and make space for doing something like this, I think you'll be okay. I really do. Um, yeah, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun with it. You gotta have fun with it. Life is it's so short. And I think of like my grandpa. He had Parkinson's, and he got Parkinson's in like 1998, and he just went downhill from there. But he was just a super amazing guy, and then just started going downhill with the Parkinson's, and lots of pain. Ended up being in a wheelchair, and Parkinson's is what took him. So don't like the only person who should take you is Jesus. That's it. You don't want any of these things to get in your way. Of course, if you get Parkinson's or whatever, then fine. But you don't want sin. You don't want any of these things to take away your joy, take away your peace of mind. I know the devil's trying to ruin my love life before it even happens, because that's how the devil works, man. But God's on the other side of the spectrum, reminding me that he's way ahead of the devil. And if I just look to him, then there's literally nothing that the devil can do. But you just have to have faith. See, when I moved here to Utah, I moved here, let's see, it was almost a year ago, and I moved here to Philadelphia in a backpack in faith. Oh, Mel, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's like I was kind of expecting to meet a girl, and I did. I met a lot of girls, and I went on a couple dates, and it's just you just can't force it, and I'm not gonna force it. And I feel like I've grown so much in my walk with God. Like, you just figure this out, and you're just like, you just understand better what God wants and what you kind of want. And you're just like, okay, well, I'm not going to wishy-washy this. I'm not going to be like iffy. It's just no. I'll give you an example. So today, my cousins and I were playing this board game, and my brain was kind of elsewhere because I'm still stressed about having paid for rent yet. And I was like, dude, I probably should be working right now. Even though we're doing this, even though I'm hanging out with my brother and stuff. And it'd only be like for like an hour and a half, but hey, I'd make a couple dollars, a little bit closer to getting out of the hole I'm in. And I just kind of half played the game, half there, trying to get things figured out, but it was just not really clicking for me. I think some things, they just don't click. You don't have to force it to click. If you gotta leave, dude. Like, don't stay. It's just, life is too short. Like, if you're willing to say no, if you're willing to leave, if you're willing to shut the door, God can give you something so much better. That is tough, and that is something that me a couple years ago did not want to hear at all. He's like, I don't believe you, blah, blah, blah. So if you're willing to be patient, then you can see it happen. If you're not going to be patient, then you're going to be more like Doubting Thomas, and I think I've been Doubting Thomas way too many times, where Doubting Thomas literally is like, unless I could touch the prints and nails in his hands, I'm not going to believe it. Then Jesus literally comes back and is like, hey, Thomas, I want you to feel my hands and everything else. He's like, I was listening. World's a crazy place. Always seems like as soon as you come to terms with not having something, there it is right here from the door. Yeah. Yeah, you just never know, man. You just never know. It's true. It's like, would I have met a girl, or could I be married if I'd made better choices? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is we're blowing bubbles away from our troubles. That's the only thing that matters. That's literally it. That's the only thing that matters right now. There's nothing else that matters in this entire universe. That's it. And I'm grateful. I don't have, any crazy people trying to talk to me or hang out with me or whatever. It's like, you just do you, man. It's okay to be in the loneliness and the silence and just chill with God. And sometimes you have those moments and you just are vibing with him, and it's like crazy, and you're just like, what in the world? I wish I could share this with somebody. And God says, wait. A lot of the time he says, wait. Don't force nothing. So we made it. Day 3. So we're going to keep blowing bubbles away from our troubles and keep going. That's it. We're going to find another place to do this. Chilling with God big time. He is the man. Yeah. That's it. So you just continue to stack things in your favor, and things will get better. Maybe something I said will resonate. Maybe something I say will help somebody. I don't know. It's like, if you have these things working in the background, that will work in your favor. Making videos is fun. I like that, but I don't really necessarily like using a ton of equipment. I'd rather have a video guy. And I've had a video guy once before, and it was awesome, but it was very short-lived. It was kind of, God was like, there you go. It's cool, isn't it? All right, he's gone. So you just, The level of opportunities that God has given me that I feel I've squandered in the last 18 months is beyond me. But it's because God is just so good. And so many blessings are season specific, like I said. So a lot of times it just takes time, and some people will say something and they won't actually mean it. And that's tough. But there will be people that will say it and actually mean it. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just a dude, man. Just a dude. Just a guy. I believe God can do big things if any of us. If we're willing to trust him, if we're willing to lean on his understanding. But until then, we're just chilling. We're just his offspring. We're just chilling. You know? Yeah. It's just really humbling. But if you can show up for yourself in these small ways, like, you are going to get more comfortable with yourself. You are going to get these things into a better place, and you can bounce back, and it'll be okay, and there will be better days ahead. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just got to enjoy the time, man. That's it. I think I've done a pretty okay job of enjoying the time this first year in Utah, but I really got to level up this next little bit. I was thinking about 1 Corinthians 13, about when I was a child, I spake as a child, I thought as a child, I understood as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. I think that's something God's asking me to do. Worrying about the future, worrying about future family, worrying about any of this stuff, it's like, dude, it's what a child would do. It's childish behavior. Childlike we love. Being childlike is great. We want it. We want that. Being like a child is great. Being childish and being consumed by certain behaviors and feeling entitled and be like, oh, this person has to do this for me and this for me. It's like, nobody owes you anything, man. If anything, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to God to make something out of this life. And I don't know. We just keep showing up, and you gotta have something to live for. You really, really do. You really do. And it can't be something that, like, is dependent on somebody else. Like, you can't have that. You just can't have that. So I believe that God is refining me and building me up and taking care of me, and it's gonna get better and it's gonna be great. It's just gonna take time. And look at this. We're running out of bubbles, man. We're running out. So that's why you got to enjoy what you have left, man. I think when I get in like my 40s and 50s, I'll hopefully be a lot more calm and chill and appreciate life a lot more. And a lot of that will be because the youth stage that I'm in right now, like more youth time, will be gone. So, yeah. Time's going to fly by however you use it. You got to trust your instincts. You don't need to force anything. Just like what I said earlier. You don't need to force anything. And it might like hurt them to say like, hey, like I really am glad that you like this or that, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not feeling it. No. And especially when you've gotten some idea of what you want to do in this life and you've gotten some clarity, it's like, that is going to be challenged. It's going to be challenged. So, but yeah, we're nearing on the 20 minutes. So that's good. We're probably going to close it up around the 20-ish minute mark. But if you're willing to go through the pain, if you're like, there's the different kinds of pain. There's the pain of discipline. There's the pain of missing out. There's all these different pains. If you're willing to have the pain, then really there's no limits. You can do a lot of things. But I don't know. We're just blowing bubbles away from troubles. Now we're pouring bubbles. Yeah, there's barely any bubble stuff in here. There's a tiny bit left. Yeah, so it's just gonna take time. Okay, ow. I'm literally sitting on rocks, in case you're wondering. Like, look what I'm sitting on. Like, hopefully we're back. That's what I'm sitting on right now. We're sitting on rocks. Right on the tracks. Yeah. So, I think we're probably this is probably a good place to wrap it up. Get a couple more bubbles, but ooh, see that's a good one. That's a good one. The wind is so much going that way. Oh, now it wants to go that way. Okay. You just can't take any day for granted. My cousin was on the way to a chiropractor appointment, and he said that the semi truck in front of him, I don't know if it was in front of him, but it was up the road. It caught on fire. So my cousin turned around. He's not about that. We're not about that, you know? No chiropractor appointment is worth putting your life in danger right there. I don't care. Not worth it. Some things in this life will never, ever be worth it, and they could get marketed a certain way. They could just... anything could happen. It does not make it worth it. Does not make it worth it. It doesn't. So, do not be tricked. Do not be persuaded by a crazy person just because they seem kind. Do not do that. It's kind of funny. I got multiple people saying it was Bob Ross. That's funny. It's probably the beard. Obviously, I don't really have any kind of fro going on, but yeah. It's what Mel said. Chilling with God is the best place to be. Although my brain has honestly been a lot of chaos today, it's like, you know what? We're blowing bubbles away from troubles. We're going to learn. I made some mistakes today, like I already said, and you just got to own the mistakes and keep going. For those who don't own the mistakes, you keep going. You keep going still. Do not let that get in the way. You must keep going. See, there's people that may be on a different path than you. So if you are slowing down to stay with this person that's only going to be in your life temporarily, what's going to happen is you're going to get to this part where you have to pass them because they're not moving. And you're just like, well, why was I running with them? Why was I holding myself back so long? There's no reason. Like, the season you're in right now, how you start the next season is how this one ends. So there's no reason to do that. So, well, I appreciate it, Mel. I appreciate you being here. It's been a while since I've been on the grind with the stream. So, yeah, lots happened. I'm in a townhouse now. God's a God of upgrades. Yeah, you just can't do it. You just cannot do it. No matter what, you remember that. You just can't do it. Because it will happen. You'll have those people who are like, oh, that sounds great. And they'll be like holding you back. Like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Or, oh, you should do this instead. And you're like right there. So, I don't know. I don't know what's in the cards. But I know God has it figured out. And he knows what's coming up in the deck. And I got to be okay with what's in my hand right now. And I can't give any of my cards to the devil or anything because he doesn't have any cards to begin with. So why would I do that? See, the devil will bluff all day long that you're missing out, that you are broken and worthless or whatever. And he says that because he really wants you to close your eyes to how good God is. And he really wants you to think that God doesn't care about you and doesn't want you. And that is, of course, not the case. God does want you, and he wants to talk to you. But God also will not force you to follow him and to trust him and to have the blessings he has for you. He could have all kinds of different things at his table. Like, you think of like at a hotel breakfast or something. You can have all kinds of things there. But if you don't show up at the breakfast, you're not getting none of it, man. So, I don't know. Right now with these, it's like we just blow some bubbles said some things. Maybe something sticks out to me and cool, but end of the day, we're going to do this again tomorrow. Because I really want to hit 100. I really want to do 365 days in a row of blowing bubbles away from troubles. That'd be cool. And I feel like probably somebody would make a news story about it. That'd be kind of fun. But I think the last two have been 30 minutes, so I want to do each one at 30 minutes at least. Even if like the last couple minutes is just me doing nothing. But yeah, we're here. We're here. So, but it's humbling because you realize in this moment, right? The present, all of the emotions, all the feelings, all the events, all the stresses, everything else, it's put to this immense level because you're experiencing it right now. Oh, welcome back, Trey. You're experiencing it right now. But someday, not too long from now, you'll look back and be like, oh my goodness, that person was so cool. And oh yeah, I remember going to that baseball game. That was awesome. And you're like, wow, that was 3 years ago? What in the world? And it's just like, yeah, that's life, dude. It flies by. And like right now, like I said, I'm kind of hurting for money right now because I haven't been working enough and I've been choosing to serve my stresses more than anything else and worry and whatever. And someday I'll look back at this and be like, well, dude, I'm glad you didn't give up because life's a whole lot better now. You're lucky I've never someone join my stream. Oh, I'm sorry, Trey. Yeah, it's what do you stream about? I don't know. I really think, especially with any kind of streaming, like I did some streaming on Twitch, like a lot of it is you have to get what you get and appreciate it and do what you can, but it's tough, man. It definitely is tough. Talking, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I know Mel's been to some of my streams before, so she's he is I think it's a he. He's coming back. He's been here before. I want God's unconditional love. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Feeling his love, his joy, his peace, all those things, fruits of the Spirit. That's great. Well, you can spend time with somebody and feel nothing but peace. There's nothing like that. And when you feel so pressured and just like shook up and everything else, like, oh, that's not fun at all. Not fun at all. So, yeah, I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Make time for you. Make time for what God can do. Trust his plan. Trust his plan. If he's telling you something, I've had times before I was tempted where I knew God was reaching out. I was like, hey, bro, like, I know you're hurting. Like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You sleep in your living room? Yeah, I actually slept on my parents' couch for 5 months after college, Trey. Yeah, I definitely, we don't, I mean, not the same situation, but I can empathize. The time will fly by either way. So, like my old gaming channel, we did that with the camera and on top of some encyclopedias pointed at TV. We just played Mario Kart and stuff, and now it still continues to get views today, and that's because we're willing to have it be not the best camera quality. It's the memories. The memories really matter most at the end of the day. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to be in that humbling place. The mic don't work. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah, you have to have faith, Mel. You gotta have faith. So, there's this one mountain I really was wanting to climb. I think Mel remembers it. I still haven't climbed that mountain. I've gotten like higher on that mountain, but I've never gone to the top yet. Still hasn't happened. So, yeah, we're about at half an hour. We just spent another half an hour blowing bubbles away from our troubles. And we're going to do this again tomorrow. And I'm going to find a new location. And it'll be great. And we don't really care. We really don't care. We're just blowing bubbles away from our troubles. We're learning chaos, trying to make order out of the chaos, learning. It's going to get better. We're going to keep going. Keep learning from these things. Get back up. over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, like this is 2 months. This beard, 2 months. You can get a lot. You can go pretty far in 2 months. Anything's possible. But you do gotta trust God. Yeah, Cougar Mountain. Yep. Yeah, I still haven't climbed it yet. I got pretty high up last time, and I'm pretty sure I saw an animal up there. I was like 8 or 9, probably like 4 or 5 miles up. I was like, how far does this go? I thought I would be at the top, but I'm pretty sure I saw an animal, and I'm like, we're not going to do that. So, yeah. And another thing too, Trey, I mean, I think a lot of it is you can build a momentum in different ways. And once you get that momentum, once you get something going, you just have to stay with it. Like as much as you can. Like obviously you want to make breaks for yourself, but I haven't been doing as many of these live streams, and if I'd done more, I probably would have reached more people. You don't want to force it, but that's why we're doing the blowing bubbles away from troubles right now, because one, I really like blowing bubbles. Two, I want to see what this could become, and I believe that maybe somebody will pick it up as like a news story in the future. Maybe, I don't know. It's like this dude blew bubbles 365 days in a row, different location every day for 30 minutes. Yeah, you got 30 minutes. We all got 30 minutes to do something. So yeah, this was it. So we did it. I'm glad that we showed up. Thanks for the likes. It's the most that a blowing bubbles away from troubles live has gotten. So yeah. I think one of the big lessons, big takeaways I got from something I said was just not holding yourself back just to run alongside another person. When you're holding yourself back and you got more strength, like you just gotta keep pursuing the mission, keep going after it, keep growing. All right, I probably gotta go. Hot tub's calling. Gonna be in more bubbles away from our troubles, but that will not be live. Be there, the bubbles in the hot tub, and it'll be great. So, but you just accept, if you can just accept where you are right now, wherever it is, as Trey, as Mel, as anybody, it's like you just accept where you are right now, read kind of the writing on the wall, talking to God about where you're at and where you'd like to go, and then you just slowly make that progress to get there. I really feel like my prayer life with God has not been that fantastic, and that's on me. So we have to do better. We just gotta do better. Even when you blow the bubble and you get nothing, you get that. You still gotta make time for it. You still gotta make time. You gotta make time for these kind of things that help you out, and trust that all of the effort will overwhelm and help you to create a new story. It's gonna take some time, but soon enough, it will become more natural, and probably get some other bubble blowing stuff besides these ones. This first stash, and it'll be fun. And I do look forward to the cold ones. That will be gnarly. And hopefully we'll get to do these with somebody else one of these days. But that's it. I think I'll just do like a super fast prayer, and we'll call it. God, I'm just grateful for Mel and Trey and all the other people that are here today. I'm grateful that it'll blow some bubbles away from my troubles, and I pray that thou bless the people that were here, and I pray that thou bless them with peace, and please be with those who might be watching this in the future, and help us to continue to trust in your infinite love and perfect timing and your infinite ability to help us and elevate our situations. Help me to be more humble so I can be more useful, and so I can grow, and so I can avoid Satan and not waste any more time trying to serve any past identity or worries or stresses or anything like that. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. So that's it. At the end of the day, Jesus is the way. Jesus is the way out of the trouble. He's the way out. Hey, yep, there we go. Perfect timing. What did I say about perfect timing, bro? What did I just say? Perfect timing. That's what I just said. And then James is like, hey, bro, we're hopping in the lab. We're hopping in the hot tub. That's what I'm saying, bro. Perfect timing. So we just keep blowing bubbles away from our troubles, and it will get better. Much love. God is real. He loves you. He's looking out for you. And I know if you'll run to Jesus, that he'll help you escape any trouble, any worry, any stress, and help you create something much better. And he is the master of the universe, and he'll help you to have more clarity, peace of mind, more ability to surrender, and it will be good. It will be better. It will get better with him. So I know these things are true, and say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. I will catch you next time. Keep blowing bubbles away from your troubles. See ya.